The 37 on the inside, the 1 on the outside. Pro Shifter from Orlando is green, and it is a dead heat down to turn 1 as Morgado goes to the high side and try and rip some momentum, and it'll be perfect. A good rotation for the number 1, gets him right on the bumper.
Wow, I love that move to the outside there for Morgado. Got the thing turned quickly and back on the power. Everybody else was kind of waiting to throttle on, and he's able to get right back onto the rear bumper of Danny Formal. But Formal goes to P1, second Morgado. Bailiff holds on to P3, so a good start for Gavin Bailiff as well, who has found more speed throughout the entire weekend, getting quicker and quicker. We'll see if Bailiff has anything to run with the front 2 drivers here. White ends up into the 4th spot coming out of the gate. Alan Isambard potentially out of the jump to go into P5.
Now back behind Justin White is Anthony Martella and Juan Acosta. Lots of a logjam effect there in that hairpin. Martella in the 95, has he gotten his way around a few of them to get into the top 5? Let's see across the line. Indeed, the 95, P5, and a lengthy main, this time 5 laps shorter than the Pro Tour mains, 20 laps the distance, and the gap already opening up, although there's a bit of a lockup there for the 37, and Formal quickly leans down to adjust the brake bias.
Indeed, he did. Did not like it at all coming in there. You heard the chatter.
For these shifter master drivers is kind of being mired in traffic right now. Look at Skitchy. He's right in the middle of that group on the black and red machine, and you know he's trying to be respectful because he knows the guys in front of him are racing for position as well, but you know, just like in mixed class racing, he can't afford to wait too long. Now, in terms of making quick moves, how about Vincenzo? From way back to 10th here with 4 laps completed. Tip of the hat, for Scott. I mean, that's a big sign of respect for me to go after these drivers here like Alan Isambard, who spends his full-time living right now as a young man coaching, driving go-karts, racing go-karts. For Anthony Martella, who's trying to chase an IndyCar career and get behind the wheel of anything with 4 wheels as much as he can. To go against these drivers who race every single week and more than likely maybe have some more resources or budget backing than Scott might be able to put into his program because he's still got his day job, is all the more impressive that he's able to not only stay close to them, but be able to swallow his pride and say, you know what, I want to measure myself against these young kids. I want to see how good I really am.
I like that a lot.
Scott Presti, he's not going to have a Master Shifter main event win trophy here, but he's going to beat a lot of drivers that probably would not have expected to get beat by him.
Yeah, indeed. That's for sure. You can see the Isambard able to get by Martella over this particular corner where Juan Acosta just went by as well. I don't know if Acosta's going to be able to finish it off this time. Martella trying to go. Yeah, he does block all the way to the bottom.
Whoa.
Oh, there's a bump and run there. That doesn't surprise me. Acosta came straight across in front of him to block him on the inside. Turn number 8 and 9 was able to slide through.
Oh, no.
That's Bailiff.
Bailiff into the wall as Acosta and Martella go at it. Something happened to Gavin Bailiff there. And Acosta giving a little love tap back to Martella. Is anything more going to happen here in turn 5? We'll have to check back in and see what just happened to Gavin Bailiff out of 3rd. And if he lost brakes or what, because he was so buried in the fence when our cameraman first cut to it. I don't think you or I could identify what he was trying to show us, Rob, but Gavin Bailiff out of this main event. So the rear tire completely sheared or broke or the lug nuts came off. Whatever it was, fully down to 3 tires for Gavin Bailiff. I think right now, Danny Formal, he's pushing for as fast of a lap as he can every lap because he wants to continue to prove that he is one of the best out there, and this is why.
And listen, he's got a full-time career right now, right? Running the Lamborghini, all the sports car racing that he's doing, and literally gets to come back and still be number 1. That's a mark of a champion for sure. When you can come back to what is now not your primary discipline and come back and put a beating on guys and still be able to come away with a race win. Huge for him right now.
The number 1 plate last year here in Orlando, of course, kicked off really the run that he had through the season. He was, of course, the Winter Series champ off a number of head-to-head fights with Danny Formal in Homestead. But more than anything, it was this Orlando track that cemented his status as a driver to be on the lookout for a race win every single week on the Pro Tour. Now, with 2.5 laps to go, can Vincenzo will his way into the top 5? He's a bit too far back to get to Alan Isambard by the race end, but how much do you have left in the tank after already passing 10 go-karts to get here? The final lap here. I really want to give a big kudos to Justin White. I know this podium may feel a tiny bit hollow as Danny motions to the crowd to say, what was that? Over at turn number 5, 6 seconds up on Morgado here. But for Justin White and his dad, Jerry, they were being able to be under the Maranello USA factory tent at Supernats. But this weekend, that group with Carbolos Racing Engines not in attendance. They are on their own in a small tent with the Kartworks family-owned team. Just Jerry and his father and a few customers of theirs. So this will be a really cool story for them to be on the box. But for the big man, it's a big moment, and it's redemption. Danny Formal gets with PSL Karting on a Wednesday. He wins with them on a Saturday. He wins round 1.
That was a flat-out dominant performance, folks. I'm telling you that right now. 50.541, fast lap of the race. Almost, over 0.2 of a second quicker in the term of fast lap for Mateus Morgado.